Alright, people. Welcome back to my channel, and now I'm going to be playing with all Jumpstart characters on Hunger Games Simulator. I call it Jumpstart Hunger Games. But this time, the Arthur's Birthday game characters will not be joining. Alright, ready? Set. Go!
As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Melody runs away from the cornucopia. Mrs. Pickles runs away from the cornucopia. Giggles runs away from the cornucopia. Casey severely injures Gracie and leaves her to die. Edison scares Botley away from the cornucopia. Bebop runs away from the cornucopia. Flash snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Frankie runs into the cornucopia and hides. Eloise Hippo runs away from the cornucopia. Kisha runs away from the cornucopia. Gorilla finds a bag full of explosives. CJ runs away from the cornucopia. Pierre runs away from the cornucopia. Mrs. Flores runs away from the cornucopia. Sir Sournote runs away from the cornucopia. Ocelot rips a mace out of Polly Spark's hands. Eleanor runs away from the cornucopia. Roquefort finds a canteen full of water. Monkey runs away from the cornucopia. Billy grabs a backpack, not realizing it is empty. Jack finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Monkey tries to sleep through the entire day. Hopsalot begs for Mrs. Pickles to kill him. She refuses, keeping Hopsalot alive. Polly Spark sprains her ankle while running away from Gorilla. Sir Sournote sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Flash chases Jack. Melody runs away from Casey. Frankie begs for Edison to kill him. He refuses, keeping Frankie alive. Giggles tends to Eleanor's wounds. Kisha, Botley, Mrs. Flores, and Billy hunt for other tributes. Bebop collects fruit from a tree. Roquefort picks flowers. Pierre receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Heloise Hippo begs for CJ to kill her. He refuses, keeping Heloise Hippo alive. Mrs. Flores starts a fire. Polly Spark destroys Eleanor's supplies while she is asleep. Heloise Hippo looks at the night sky. Kisha, Roquefort, Sir Sournote, and Gorilla sleep in shifts. Monkey tends to Edison's wounds. Pierre receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Giggles passes out from exhaustion. Frankie tends to Flash's wounds. Billy is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Casey tends to his wounds. Melody receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Jack and Mrs. Pickles tell stories about themselves to each other. Hopsalot looks at the night sky. Bebop, CJ, and Botley cheerfully sing songs together. Sir Sournote searches for a water source. Jack chases Giggles. Polly Spark is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Roquefort makes a wooden spear. Mrs. Pickles and Botley split up to search for resources. Pierre picks flowers. Flash, Frankie, and Mrs. Flores hunt for other tributes. Kisha sprains her ankle while running away from Heloise Hippo. Casey begs for Monkey to kill him. He reluctantly obliges, killing Casey. Hopsalot receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Edison steals from Bebop while he isn't looking. CJ searches for a water source. Melody tries to spear fish with a trident. Billy makes a slingshot. Gorilla goes hunting. Eleanor discovers a river.
Oh my goodness.
CJ tries to sing himself to sleep. Sir Sournote quietly hums. Billy, Botley, and Roquefort cheerfully sing songs together. Giggles cooks her food before putting her fire out. Edison, Mrs. Flores, Jack, and Hopsalot tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Eleanor, Mrs. Pickles, and Heloise Hippo discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Pierre screams for help. Polly Spark taints Gorilla's food, killing him. Bebop sets an explosive off, killing Melody, Monkey, Frankie, and Flash. Kisha attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Pierre attacks Bebop, but he manages to escape. Sir Sournote, Eleanor, and Mrs. Flores track down and kill Mrs. Pickles. Edison fishes. Hopsalot steals from Giggles while she isn't looking. CJ scares Heloise Hippo off. Kisha steals from Billy while he isn't looking. Polly Spark runs away from Roquefort. Jack tracks down and kills Botley.
Uh-oh.
A fire spreads throughout the arena. Roquefort survives. Billy falls to the ground, but kicks Mrs. Flores hard enough to then push her into the fire. A fireball strikes Tisha, killing her.
Uh-oh.
Jack survives. Eloise, Hippo, and Edison fail to find a safe spot and suffocate. Sir Sournote survives. The fire catches up to Eleanor, killing her. A fireball strikes Bebop, killing him. The fire catches up to CJ, killing him. A fireball strikes Polly Spark, killing her. Giggles kills Hopsalot in order to utilize a body of water safely. A fireball strikes Pierre, killing him.
Uh-oh. Yikes. Boy, that's scary.
Roquefort throws a knife into Giggles' chest. Billy attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Sir Sournote and Jack talk about the tributes still alive. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes' families. Billy decides not to go to the feast. Jack decides not to go to the feast. Roquefort decides not to go to the feast. Sir Sournote decides not to go to the feast. Roquefort searches for firewood. Sir Sournote travels to higher ground. Billy collects fruit from a tree. Jack receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor.
OMG.
Roquefort starts a fire. Billy looks at the night sky. Jack cries himself to sleep. Sir Sournote thinks about winning. Roquefort defeats Jack in a fight, but spares his life. Billy kills Sir Sournote as he tries to run. Roquefort receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Jack lets Billy into his shelter. Roquefort runs away from Billy. Jack explores the arena. Billy ambushes Jack and kills him. Roquefort accidentally steps on a landmine. The winner is Billy from District 12.
Well played. This is how everyone did. And here's what happened. I'm going to wrap it up for this gameplay. I'll see you for the next one.